Hello folks. Today I'm going to show you how I utilize my cell phone as a important part of my gear these days. It not only carries my books that I can read on downtime, but it also carries my trail maps and all my guides. And this year, this will be my third year of doing a section hike, and I use the companion, Appalachian Trail companion book, and this is the latest version, 114, and there have been some changes because over the years, obviously you know that a lot of your mail drops have changed. They've changed their hours, especially the post office. New shelters have emerged on the trail. A few have closed. So you should keep up on it. And I ended up getting this from the Appalachian Long Distance Hiker Association, which is part of the Appalachian Mountain Club. By joining them, it's $10. By joining their group, all those proceeds and the proceeds of the book go to maintaining the trail that we use. So I highly urge you to support them. I mean, if you're going to buy the book, try to buy it through them and also become a member at the same time. By becoming a member with them, the Appalachian Long Distance Hiker Club, you can get this book on a PDF format, which means you can now download it to your Kindle account. And you don't need a Kindle per se, you can get a Kindle app. Which will be downloaded on your phone. So you don't need a Kindle, all you need is the app. And you can download PDF files, whether it's a one sheet or whether it's a book, to your Kindle app. And they're free. This here Kindle app that I have, my Kindle app, I have, again, the whole book. I also have local trail maps of the surrounding towns that I live in. I was able to obtain those through the town that you're going to be hiking in. Just go to their .org page and go to their parks, recreational, conservation, and you should be able to find trails on PDF formats. Now, how do you download trail maps to your Kindle account? Well, go to Amazon, log on to your account, go to Manage My Kindles, and every one of your devices that you have registered with them, whether it's your cell phone, your tablet, your desktop, will come up on the screen. You click on the device that you are currently going to be using, let's say your cell phone, and when you click on that device, right underneath it, that device will have a unique email address that is used just for sending PDF files and books to that device, which in this case is my cell phone. Could be a tablet too, or it could be a Kindle if you want to carry the Kindle. When you go to the Appalachian Long Distance Hiker Club, they will give you a link to their PDF file. You click on that and you give it the email address of the unit that you've obtained from Amazon. You give it that email address and they will send that particular PDF file right to your phone. Or send it to your desktop, save it, and then you can then take that file and send it anywhere you want, or print it, whatever you want to do. Same thing with the local maps that you can get. So that's what I'm doing. I have here, I have on my tablet and my phone the whole book, and it has everything I need. I don't have to carry the whole book around. This book weighs 11.6 ounces. My phone weighs 6.5 ounces. So, you know, and this is only one book. I have like 30 books that I brought that I can read, including this one right here as I move along. So I wanted to just pass that along to you. Now I'm going to get into, there are apps available for the AT now, for the Pacific Crest, for the Continental Divide, for the Long Trail in Vermont. You can get apps now now I'm talking only Android phones. I'm not really familiar with the iPhones. So if you have an Android phone, I mean this is what I use, a Samsung here, Galaxy 3. I went to the App Store and I found the AT apps. They come in 9 sections, and the first section is a demo, and it takes you from the ranger or the park ranger at the Amicalola Falls. Will take you from there right to the summit of Springer Mountain, and it's free. And if that's all you're ever going to hike, then that's fine. You get a free app, and it's pretty neat. It shows you all the campsites, available campsites along the way, whether they are stealth sites or designated shelter sites. It will also show you all the water spots, whether they're springs, they're brooks, they're rivers. It will show you all those on the way, and I'm going to turn the camera around in a minute and go through that app with you. Once you download that app, then you will be familiar on how it works, and you can maybe, if you wish, download the other sections of the AT. Depending on what section you're going to be hiking, or if you're going to hike the whole thing, you can put them all on here. So that's it for now. I'm going to turn this off, get it set up so that we can go through the app and see how that show you how that works. Okay. Okay, I've set this up on my tablet just because it's a little easier than trying to focus in on the screen on my cell phone, but it's identical. What you see here will be identical to what's on your phone, on your cell phone. I've went into my app store, and you just punch in Appalachian Trail Maps, and this is what you'll find. We're going to focus in on the Gut Hook Guides and AT hiker apps for the trail. They also have the one for the Long Trail and Pacific Rim, John Muir. There are all kinds of different apps depending on what trail you're going to be hiking on. Let's just go look here at the demo. You tap on the demo, it's free. You hit install, and this will install on your phone. I'm sure you all know how to do that. So we're going to play with this app. It will be identical to all the other sections. There are 9 sections for the Appalachian Trail. And those run in cost around $5.99. I was able to get them on sale. Occasionally they'll have a sale. I picked them up for $3.99 a section. But we're going to work with the free section right now, which will take us from the Amicalola Falls right up to the summit of Springer Mountain. Okay, so let me get into that page and I will be right back to you. Hello again, I'm back. I've set this up on my tablet versus my cell phone. It's just a little easier for you to see it and for me to maneuver around in it. What you see here will be identical to what you have on your cell phone. Earlier I spoke about the Appalachian Trail Companion book, how you can get it as a PDF file through the Appalachian Long Distance Hiker Association or Club, which is part of the Appalachian Mountain Club. When you join them, they will give you a link to this PDF file for the companion book, which will be downloaded right to your Kindle app. So let's take a look at that. And I have the Kindle app here. We tap on that. Obviously, it's going to take me to my index, and it will have, where did it go? There we go. and this will have all. These are all my PDF files. The whites here. I have all the local trails around my town. I have the local guidebooks, not in my town, but in my county. And right up here is the PDF file for the E-Companion 214. I also subscribe to Backpacker, and I get their publications on here too. Just something new I started. This is my first edition, or my first delivery here. Really like it. Really like it. It's I can read it now on the trail. Obviously, as they start sending me monthly issues, I'll have a little more reading. This was just a gear book for this year. But let's get into the companion book here. And here it is here. Now you have all your individual pages that come up at the bottom right away. But right now I am on page, I believe this is page 21. This is the beginning of the guidebook here, the trail markings. This is from Springer Mountain, just like on the book. It has everything written down: water supplies, campsites, gaps. And you can just scroll to the next page. You can just keep going as you're going. It has, like I said, it's identical to the book. It has all the information about the shelters, the gaps, what hostels and what hotels and motels and everything that's in that town, what's available: fuel, internet, Wi-Fi, coin laundry, shuttle services. It's all right here on the phone. And you don't need Wi-Fi. This is downloaded on your phone. This will be when you're off the grid. It just saves you a lot of weight. You don't need to carry all those maps. You don't need to carry the guidebooks, especially if you're going to do the whole through hike. It'll save you from having to do your resupplies to make sure that you get the right pages of the right book, the right map sent to you. It's all here, the whole book, 200 and something pages. I don't know what it is. Let me look it up here. It's 267 pages. You just go right along. Now, after you've reached a certain section, you shut this off. When you turn it back on again, when you go into the app and get into the book again, it's going to take you to this exact spot. So it doesn't bring you to page one, and then you gotta scroll through to get back to where you left off. It will take you where you left off, and then you just move on from there. Highly recommend this. This is really working out good for me. And like I said, as you can see, you can zoom right in. So if you have a small phone, you can get right in. You can read it, no problems. And again, you just scroll like you would any other book. All your information's on here. Okay, so we're going to get out of here. And we're going to go back to, I have a whole page on my phone set up for whatever I need on the trail, so I don't have to go through all my apps to figure out what I'm looking for. It's all right here, everything related. Let's get into I spoke to you about the apps from your app store. And this is the free demo version, which you'll get when you go to your apps. You can download this, and this will take us from the state park, Apalachian Falls, right to Springer Mountain. And basically, they're showing you what the rest of the series will be like from Springer Mountain all the way to Katahdin. And there are 9 sections that you need to purchase. So each section is, I don't know, I forgot what it is, a few hundred miles, 400 miles, something like that, 300 miles. In each section, they run around $5.99. I was able to get them on sale. They had a sale here not too long ago. I think they were at $3.99 per section. So that's not bad. That for all the information that this gives you, and I'll go through this. Obviously, where you see the binoculars, those are designated overlooks. You have designated eating areas. You have your parking areas, and then you have your water spots right here. The full water droplet. If it's all blue, means it's reliable, year-round reliable water source. You have your stealth campsites here, and then these red dots. Those are mile markers. They're all 1 mile marker. They show you, and they go by trail, not as the crow flies, but on the trail. That's your mile marker. Here's another one right here, right around, and you have 3 campsites right around it, and then you have another one further up. You can tap on any one of these icons here, and they'll tell you what it is. Tent site at mile 4.4, it's at 33 elevation. If you tap on it again, it brings you to its own little informational page. It gives you a photo of that tent site. So obviously you got a couple of tents back there. You have room around here. You scroll up the page a little bit and it'll tell you right over here. Unofficial tent site for about 2 tents. And at the bottom here, you can leave your own personal notes so that down the road, others that acquire this app will have a registry of information on this tent site. Just like there are registers at every shelter that you physically write on, you can now do it virtually here on this app. We have trailheads here. You can tap on that, and that's the trail to the hiker in. It's at mile marker 5.3. You can tap on that. Shows you a photo of that area, and then it gives you information on that the inn is 1 mile away off the AT. You can scroll back. Now up here in the top right hand corner you have 3 icons. There's one that says I for information. You tap on that and it gives you a list of all the icons on their apps or on their maps, and then they explain what they're for. Some of them are obvious and some may not be. Like down here, I wasn't sure. There are two icons for water sources. One is a solid blue. It means reliable water source. The one above it is, the top half of it is white, and it says seasonal unreliable source. So when you see that, it's 50-50 whether there will be water there or not. Obviously in the spring, most likely there will be. You get into the later season, the warm season, July, August, September, even maybe October before the rainy season kicks in, they may be dry. This is typical of what you're going to get all the way to Katahdin. Here's a shelter. It's a Black Gap shelter. It's at 7.3. This is on the approach trail to Springer. There is a water source here. I was there 2 years ago. It was October 15th. There was water coming out of the ground. It's a little spring. Beautiful water, but you needed a cup to scoop the water out. It was low and it was slow, but it was clean. It was really good. And this was October, and this was a couple of years ago, and they had a dry spell, and that was still flowing. So that's giving you my own personal take on this spot. So late in the season, there was water there that year. You can tap on it. It tells you it's a spring. You know it's questionable, and it will tell you what you need to know about that spring. You can see it from the trail. It was only like 20 feet off the trail, down a little embankment. Here's Stove Creek. We'll go, Black Gap rather. We'll go there. We'll check it out. Nice little shelter. I stayed here. I ran out of juice. I could not get to Springer Mountain that day, So we spent the night here. It was nice little spot. You can over here in this corner, you'll see a little spot. It says next. That means there are other photos. You can take, they'll give you photos of whatever else is around. In this case, you got your privy here. We can go back. You can scroll down. It tells you it sleeps 8. May tell you other information you might need. This has got this also. It just has a composting privy located near the shelter. There are places for several tents near the shelter, which is good to know. And it tells you that the shelter is approximately 0.2 miles southeast of the shelter. That's where the spring is. That's the spring I told you about. So, it has a lot of good information on here, just like the book, except this is just another version. I have both. Now I have the companion book, and I also have the app, which I find to be very handy. Especially you can visualize and you can see what's ahead of you and what you're going to be encountering here. Here's a Springer Mountain right up at the top here. You tap on that. Obviously you have other photos because it has next down here at the bottom, and you can scroll through. So that was the free version that I just showed you. Let me take you. I have all the sections all the way to Katahdin. There's 9 sections, let's go back. Let's get out of this one, and we will continue on. I'm just going to take you on section 1 here a little bit. Here we are at Springer Mountain. Here's the Blue Blaze Trail going to the shelter at Springer Mountain. It's approximately 0.2 of a mile off the trail, and it's at elevation 3704. You can click on it. Gives you a photo of the shelter. It also gives you other information, and there are icons up here. It tells you what's available there at that shelter. Obviously, you have the shelter, you have tent sites, you have a privy, and you have water. And you have a spot down here to leave your notes, comments about the shelter in the area, so that others, when they log on and they get up here, they can read the registry right here. You don't actually have to go through the pages of the registry that's in every shelter. Just another way, a virtual way of which I think is going to be very popular down the road here. Especially the cost. The cost on these, I pay $3.99 per section. I believe their regular price is $5.99, but occasionally they go on sale, so you can look them up. Still wasn't too bad for the 9 sections. You can figure it out, the cost for the whole AT. Let's go back to the trail here, and you can continue on. You can see all the water spots. Now, what comes in handy for me is now, I didn't have this a few years ago. I ran out of water. I was in a section just south of Cooper Mountain, and I didn't realize water was scarce from that point on. And let me get over there to you. I'll show you what happened to me here. This was the last shelter. I didn't stay here. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I did fill up with water here. I had 3 liters. And it was a hot afternoon. It was like 85, 88 degrees, high humidity. This was back in October, 2 years ago. And I didn't stop at this shelter. I had, sunlight doesn't get dark till 9:30. I had plenty of time, I thought, to get to the next shelter that had water, according to the book that I had, the guidebook at that time. So I continued on, and it is very, very rough here. A lot of switchbacks. It's steep, and if you click on profile up here in the top left-hand corner, you'll see the profile of this area. It's a lot. It was a workout. I ended up using up all my water. And I crawl. That's how I got the name, Paws on the Trail, really. I crawled on all 4 with my dog. We were both on all 4 getting to the summit of Cooper Mountain. And there was there was a tent site right there at the top, and I just crashed. I was actually dehydrated. I had chills. I was shaking. I had nauseous. My stomach. I just was not in good shape. I ended up having to come off the trail. That was the end of that section trip that year, I'll tell you. And here's where I came down right here, Cooper Mountain Gap. And as you can see, there was no water. There's no water there. Now, these days, the locals or the guides put jerry jugs here at this intersection here, trailhead. Don't rely on it. Last year I was there because I continued on. I got dropped off right here, so I continued on last year. There were, I don't know, 6 1-gallon jugs there, but they were nasty looking. I wouldn't drink out of them. I don't know if somebody tampered with them or what, but you need to load up. You need to load up way back here at this shelter. And I wish I had this app back then, because I wouldn't have run into that problem. I mean, I would have brought 3 or 4 liters with me to make sure I got through this whole area. As you can see, there's no water. There's nothing. There's nothing. You got to go beyond the gap, even beyond there. You got to go all the way up to here, Justin Creek, to get to find water. This is an area that's lacking, so be prepared. This is going to come in handy for people now if they download this app. The book, yeah, it's probably in the book, but visualizing it and reading it is 2 different things. So there's so much other information in that book. Everything kind of gets jumbled a little bit, and a lot of it doesn't sink in. Visually, you can really see much better what you're going to encounter on the way. You know, you got a few tent sites here, and that's about it. No shelters for quite a ways. Well, actually, those are pretty easy to figure out in the guidebook. But that's a little personal info that I'm giving you right here when you get through this section. So here it is. This is the app. And this continues. This brings you this particular section will take you all the way up to Asheville, I believe, right through the Smokies, Smoky Mountain Park Range area. And then you'll need to pick up the next section that will take you into Virginia and up through the Shenandoah Valley, all that area there, Skyline Drive area. Well, I hope you enjoy this, and highly recommend the PDF format for the book, companion guide for the AT, and also the AT apps here. With both of these, you'll have a very safe, informative trek, whether it's a section hike or whether you're going all the way to Katahdin. It'll save you weight, and you can have all the information that you need right at your fingertips here. So this is Pause on the Trail, and we'll be signing off, and we will see you on the trail, or we will see you in the next video. Enjoy. Be safe.